NDDC marks its 25 years anniversary celebration starting on the 6th of July to the 12th. As Executive Director of Finance and Administration of the Commission, what does this celebration mean to you?
Oh, well, thanks for having me this evening. I want to appreciate what the Corporate Affairs Department is doing for NDDC. 25 years of celebration, 25 years of the creation of NDDC as a commission, 25 years of making a difference. It means a lot to Niger Delta. It means a lot to Niger Delta people. It means a lot to us as a commission. This is because we want to showcase to the world what we have been through for the past 25 years. We want to showcase to the world what we represent as Niger Delta. Remember, Niger Delta is the pride of Nigeria, and so we have to show to them that we're not just making a difference in the region, we're also contributing a lot to the Nigerian nation, and that's why we want to celebrate. There's a saying that if you don't tell your story, others will tell it for you, and we are tired of the negative narrative of the NDDC. That's why we want to tell our story now. We want the world to hear us and understand where we're coming from and where we intend to go to in the next 25 years. That's why we're celebrating this anniversary, especially the 25th anniversary. It's been a while we started this celebration, and it's going to culminate in the next few days, precisely on the 12th of July 2025. 12th of July is the day that bill was assented to, not by the President of Nigeria, but by the National Assembly in the year 2000. So it's 25 years exactly that NDDC came on board, and we want to let the world know that this is NDDC, this is what we have been able to achieve for the past 25 years, and let Nigeria as a nation recognize and appreciate what NDDC has done for it.
Yes, sir. You are the exchequer, so to speak, for NDDC. How will you evaluate the prudent management of resources in the Commission, and what legacies would you like to leave behind at the end of the day in terms of financial management of the Commission?
Thank you for that question, but I'm going to limit myself to my tenure. I mean, I don't want to talk about other boards. I'm going to talk about the 7th Governing Board, which I'm part of. We came on board on the 16th of November 2023, and this is about a year and 6 months or thereabout that we came on board. So I'm going to speak about this period. I don't want to talk about other periods where I was not part of or I don't know much about, but let me talk about this 7th Governing Board. During our tenure as the 7th Governing Board of NDDC, we have been able to ensure that for every kobo we spend, there's value to it, especially in terms of project execution, programs implementation, and welfare of staff. That's why you see us that we can account for every dime that we have spent as a board, right from the 16th of November 2023 to the present day, for everything that we have been able to do and achieve during this period. I mean, you can see during the commissioning exercises that we have been able to carry out in the past few years, what we have been able to achieve. Is it about road? Is it about education? Is it about health services? So let the world judge us. Let Nigerians judge us. And so I want to say that for everything that we have been able to achieve during this 1 year and 6 months, we can attach value to those projects. So that is what I want to say. And let the Niger Delta people see if we have done well. But for us, we know that we have done well because we have been able to execute the projects that we came to meet on board. There were a lot of abandoned projects. Some we have completed, some are still ongoing, and there's a lot that we have engaged that are ongoing. So it's left for the world, let them judge us. If we have done well, yes, give us commendation. But if we have not done well, you can criticize us so that we can improve.
All right, sir, thank you. Earlier on, you had outlined some of the key objectives behind the celebration, and you rightly said that if you don't tell your story, nobody will tell your story. Yeah. So we have lined up activities from the 6th to the 12th of July. Do you think that through these activities, the perception of NDDC among our key stakeholders and people of the region? Is it going to change? Are we going to in any way change whatever perception they have of NDDC?
The perception has changed already. I mean, what we're just doing is just to cross the T's and dot the I's. The perception has changed. The Nigerian perception about NDDC has changed. The narrative is in the positive now. So a lot of persons are giving us accolades. The presidency is commending us. I mean, you can see the presidency in a public forum commending the MD of NDDC. What else do you want if the president of Nigeria can commend NDDC for what it's been able to achieve during these few years? So the perception has changed a lot. I mean, look at the commissioning of projects that is ongoing. Look at the, very major projects that we have been able to achieve in these few months that we've been on the saddle. So for me, and I know that the perception has changed, but what we intend to do now is to make sure that we continue to build on the positive narrative, let people know that, look, this is what we plan to do, this is what we're doing, and this is what we'll continuously do. To let Nigerians, let Niger Deltans see for themselves, not only see, let them feel the impact, let them feel the positive vibes of this board and this commission. Let them feel it, and I know they're feeling it. Is it in terms of staff welfare? You can see that the staff morale is very high now. You know about that. Before now, there used to be backlogs of salaries, allowances, and all that. But since this current board came, there's nothing like that. You get your salaries as at and when due, and that is why there's a lot of contribution and collaboration from both staff and people of the region. So that's why there's positive change, and we believe that we will build on that change so that in the next few years, before the end of our board, we should be able to say this is what we are able to achieve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, depending on the number. But we know that it's a continuous process. We will continue to achieve success.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. You are in charge of administration and finance. What are some of the challenges that you may have encountered in this area?
Well, definitely we have challenges because I don't think there's any organization that doesn't encounter challenges. One major challenge that we have is the paucity of funds. We have a budget of 1 trillion naira and above. We have not been able to get funds to that magnitude to be able to achieve everything that we have outlined on the budget. And so it's a big challenge. So at this stage, we'll now have to prioritize projects. So we look at the different states and now start to prioritize what projects that we able to do for this state. Look at state B, state A, Cross River, Imo, Abia, what are we able to do for them? But ordinarily, if we have the funds, the entire funds that we expect, we will be able to achieve a lot more for the states. So funding is a big challenge for the Niger Delta.
EDFA, you were chairman of the Niger Delta Sports Festival and now chairman of the 25 years anniversary celebration of the Niger Delta Development Commission. How have you ensured that this celebration is all-inclusive? Looking at our partners, looking at our critical stakeholders, and even staff, involving everybody beyond the Niger Delta region, having an all-inclusive celebration.
It is because we have been able to galvanize our partners to be part of it. You see that most of them have contributed in terms of sponsorship of this 25th anniversary. Call them the big oil companies, our OPTS partners, and all the oil companies around us. They have also been part of this program. How? Because they have been part of the sponsorship of this program. That's for our donors and our sponsors. In terms of the people of the region, we're taking the programs to them. We're taking the projects to them. That's why at the beginning of the celebration, We have already been to Imo State, we've been to Bayelsa State, now we're going to Ondo State. So we're taking the programs to them so that they can be part of it. We don't need to stay in Port Harcourt and invite everybody to come to Port Harcourt. No, we're taking programs to them so that they can be part of this celebration. They can be part of this, celebration that we are enjoying. 25 years of existence is not a joke. It's not 20 years, it's not 5 years, it's 25 years. So we're taking this celebration to them. Let them be part of it. Let them rejoice. And let them also be able to say that this is what NDDC has done for them, and this is what NDDC has not done for them. So there's a lot of awareness in the region. There's a lot of collaboration going on between the ethnic nationalities and the different tribes and ethnic groups in the region. So it is an all win situation for everybody in the region. The entire Nigeria is expecting a lot from us, not only in terms of performance, but also how do we showcase the rich tradition of the Niger Delta persons, the tradition, the culture. How do we showcase to the world? So these are everything that we have put together to make sure that from the 6th of July to the 12th of July, we will showcase to the Nigerian nation who we are as Niger Deltans.
Well, sir, beyond the celebrations, what strategies do you have, the Commission, to leverage on the goodwill that will flow from this 25th anniversary celebration?
Sorry, come again?
The 25th anniversary is supposed to generate a lot of goodwill for NDDC. What strategies do you have to leverage on this advantage to move forward?
The strategies that we have to leverage on is first to key into Mr. President's agenda, the agenda of renewed hope for the masses, not only for the Nigerian nation, but especially for the Niger Deltans. We have keyed into that project, and that is why sometime last 2 months, we invited Her Excellency, the First Lady of Nigeria, to come and launch our medical outreach program. So it was a partnership, and also early in the year, we had a partnership with the Office of the First Lady, where we had the launching of the U-Lesson apps, which we have been able to distribute in all the schools in Niger Delta. About 45,000 U-Lesson apps were distributed among schools, secondary schools, primary schools in the Niger Delta. That's part of the partnership that we have with the presidency. That's part of our collaboration with the First Lady's office. So we have keyed into the agenda of Mr. President to make sure that we succeed. Not only us succeed, when we succeed, Mr. President has succeeded. So that's what we're doing, and to make sure that in the overall, when we're done, people will be able to say, look, this is what this board was able to achieve. So some of the strategies we'll be able to apply is to ensure that all our programs are executed annually and at the appropriate time. I'm sure you're aware of our major program, the educational program, where we send 200 persons on scholarship every year. That's a major program, because we're not only concerning ourselves with building roads, bridges, and all that. We need to increase our human capacity as a region. We need to improve education as a region. That's what we're doing. We're sending 200 persons every year abroad to study and have a master's degree. Some of them will come back, we know, some will not come back, but those that will come back will now be part of the Niger Delta story. So that is one. But because that number is not enough, what we're doing now is to ensure that we increase the local content of our scholarship. So we're now engaging 600 scholars within Nigeria to study in any Nigerian university to attain a master's degree. So these are part of the things we're doing. I'm not talking about health. We've done a lot in sports. We're doing in projects, infrastructural development. We're doing in health. We're doing in education. We're doing in sports, women development, youths, and all that. And as part of the celebration of the 25th anniversary, we're going to have a youth and women conference where we want to teach our youths how to be entrepreneurs. It's not about white-collar jobs. It's not going to be about, I want to be this, I want to be that. You can also create career opportunities for them. We can also create jobs for them, and they will also create jobs for other people. That's why we want to teach them the entrepreneurial skills. And that will be coming up on the 9th of July 2025 in Owerri.
All right. EDFA as chairman of the committee and also executive director of finance and administration, which involves staff, how are you leveraging on the 25 years anniversary to improve staff morale? Is there anything extra for staff? Is there anything that you have in your package for staff with respect to the 25 years?
Like I said already, staff welfare is on the high. And if we do anything other than this, what we have been able to achieve, I don't know where else you want the staff morale to be, but that's on a lighter note. But in terms of training, yeah, we're doing a lot. I mean, functional trainings for departments and directorates, that will be starting any moment from now. Trainings are a regular parcel of the NDDC commission, you know. So, like you said, is to continuously maintain the relationship with the staff to make sure that they get their allowances and salaries as at and when due. That's the most important thing. Nothing other than that will keep the staff morale very high. Yes, for those who are serious about what they want to attain in life, we will engage them and see if we have to train them further, retrain them. Those that we can send abroad, we send. Those that we can send locally to go and attain more knowledge, we will do that.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, EDFA, the commission engaged KPMG to help in managing the corporate governance of the commission. What other innovations do you think can come in for transparency and accountability in the commission?
Well, talking about KPMG, thank you for bringing it up. You are aware and you know that when this board came on board, it saw that, I mean, the SOP, the standard operating practice in the commission was very low. And so we had to, and it's been a while that those SOPs were, were looked into. So we had to bring in KPMG to make sure that they come to study the standard principles and operational policies of the commission to make sure that they rebrand it and ensure that whatever lacunas that exist in the way departments and directorates operate in the commission, they stop those gaps and make sure that they improve on them. And so, as one other measure that we intend to instill on the commission is to make sure that transparency is the order of the day. For every money that is spent, there must be value to it, and the processes must be fully accomplished. You know how difficult it is for 1 naira to leave the NDDC commission. It must go through a lot of desks. So all we need to do now is to make sure that those processes are well scrutinized in such a way that it will be difficult for anybody to break them without following the due process. Is it in terms of contract administration? Is it in terms of contract execution? Is it in terms of payments of contracts? We will instill that transparency is the order of the day, and everybody must follow due process.
All right, sir. Therefore, finally, the drums have been rolled out. We're all ready for the 25 years. Activities are in high pitch. What message do you have for the average Niger Delta?
My message is simple. Come join us in this celebration, because they are part of Niger Delta. They should join us in the celebration. They should see the positives in the Niger Delta and criticize the negatives, and then to make sure that our tomorrow will be better than our today. 25 years is gone. What do we want to achieve in the next 25 years? As a people, it's not all about those of us that are in the commission for now, or it's not about those who work in the commission. It's about all of us who are from the Niger Delta region. What do we intend to achieve? In 25 years, our master plan should be at least 95% completed. These are the things that we need to tell and imbibe in our people, so that let them be part of it. Let them own the process. Let them own it to show that, look, we're part of Niger Delta. It's not about those who work or do business with NDDC. It's about all of us that are from this region. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
To all of us from the Niger Delta region, happy 25th anniversary.